This is Keith Helwig from Cops Corrections Videos. If you like my videos, please hit the red subscribe button. Now, everybody knows that today's official date is January 19th, 2021. However, to me, unofficially, it is December 50th, 2020. Because it seems like 2020 still isn't over. Let me explain a little bit. My first week of 2020, I had to go to the dentist. X-rays, exam, everything else, around $300. Well, during the course of that x-ray and the exam, they found a 40-year-old root canal that had split open, exposing a nerve, so I had to go in for dental surgery. So on top of the $300 for the initial dental appointment, it was another $2,000 having dental surgery. But right before that, we had a snowstorm. I think it was January 2nd, January 3rd, or depending on how you want to look at it, December 32nd or 34th. We had a snowstorm. My snowblower broke down. Took that down, that's $200 to have fixed. Okay, so $200 for my snowblower, $300 for a dental exam, $2,000 for dental surgery. Then I noticed an oil leak under my car. Yep, you got it, transmission problems, $1,000. So is 2020 over? It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. So we fast forward to 2021. And what's supposed to be going on in 2021? The world's going to get better. Things are going to change. We have a new president. The light's going on for everybody. Everybody is going to have a wonderful year. But 2020 still has to linger. It still has to have its grasp on us some way or another. Well, you know, we can have that attitude that we're going to be living in a perpetual 2020, or we can have an attitude that we're going to move on from 2020 and hopefully things get better. Now, I was working last Friday and there was a snowstorm. Now, Wisconsin gets a lot of snow, and every year it seems that there's a certain segment of our population that forgets how to drive in that snow. So when you're working at night, you get a lot of people who drive off the road and end up in the middle of a field. And as a cop, you're walking out there in knee-deep snow to get these people out and make sure that they're safe, that they aren't hurt, all that kind of stuff. So that's how I spent the majority of my Friday night, was helping people get out of ditches, arranging for tows, arranging for rides or whatever. But you know, one thing where I knew 2020 was going, and I wrote about this on Facebook, but it's just something I want to tell you about, is when I got to work that night. I only work at this department probably, 3-4 times a month maybe. There was a card on the desk. It had my name on it. It was a Christmas card. Now, this is the first time I'd worked there since Christmas. I've been working a lot on the job that I'm on now. But there was a Christmas card and it had my name on it. And I asked the captain about it, and he said, well, that's from a little girl named Ellen. And Ellen had her mom design a card and give one to every officer here. And then the card, it was a homemade card, but it was a nice design card, and it had the policeman's prayer in it. And it also had a $5 gift certificate to a local coffee shop. But this little girl had wanted to do that. Now, I'd been out to Ellen's house before, and I'd been out there in under less than ideal circumstances. And it's one of those houses where it's not a total disaster, but it's closing on it. You could tell that Ellen's parents are not wealthy people, that they're probably scraping by. The newest vehicle was probably a 15-year-old Ford Expedition, which was sitting in the driveway, rusting out, with numerous other cars. It was not a place that most people would want to live. But sometimes because of economic circumstances, people have to live how they live. So anyways, I was asked by the chief, he said, would you mind stopping by and thanking Ellen? And I thought, I would have done that on my own anyways. So I went out there, and her mother met me at the door, and I'm not going to mention her mother's name. Like I said, we've had prior occasions under less than ideal circumstances where I'd met the mother. But I told her that I would like to talk to Ellen to thank her for giving me a Christmas card. Well, Ellen came to the door, and she was a simply adorable little 6-year-old girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes, Just a real sweetheart. So I kneeled down, being 6'4" tall. I suppose that's intimidating to short people, and especially kids. So I kneeled down and I just told Ellen, you know what? I really want to thank you for giving me a Christmas card. That really made me feel good. Thank you. Well, this little girl got a smile on her face that would just melt your heart. And she told me, don't go yet. I have something I made for you. So she left, and her mother looked at me and said, I don't know what she's going to get, but she has something that she said she made for you. So I was standing there. Ellen came back, and she had her hands behind her back and a big smile on her face. And I said, okay, sweetheart, what do you have for me? Well, she handed me a homemade necklace that had one of the characters from Frozen on it. Now, that's not a big gift for an adult. That's nothing that an adult is going to say, oh, geez, here I am, this 6'4" cop. I want a necklace with a Frozen figurine on the end of it. But, I have a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old granddaughter. I know just how precious these things are to them. To us, they're nothing, but to them, they are something. When Ellen gave me that and told me she'd made it for me, it was truly a gift from the heart. Now, for people who've read my Facebook page, they know that that I've pretty much stated the same thing. But you know what? It gave me a whole new outlook on 2021. Things are going to be all right. We have a new president. Some people like him, some people despise him. People that didn't vote for him say the vote was stolen. People who did vote for him, a lot of them did it because they hated Trump. But whatever the reason, we have a new president. Things are moving forward in our country. And I pray that Joe Biden turns out to be the best president this country's ever had. I honestly pray that, because for him to succeed means success for our country. So I'd ask you to join me in those prayers. People are calling for revolution or calling for civil war, not realizing what a civil war would do to our country, not realizing the danger it would have on our lives. So, as we move forward into 2021, realize things will get better. We've got the vaccine, or people aren't going to take it. I'm going down getting mine tomorrow. I'm going to take it. I'm not taking it just for myself. I'm taking it to make sure that I don't take anything home to my family, to my 86-year-old mother-in-law. I'm taking it out of concern for others as well as concern for myself. So 2021 is here. 2021 is going to be better. We've just got to keep up our hope. We've got to keep realizing that things change, and we've got to go on with life. Until next time, this is Keith Helwig from Cops Corrections. Stay safe and watch your back.